Hello everyone and welcome to Paw Paw's Fusion Kitchen. I'm Matt and today I'm going to show you how I make my Paw Paw's favorite dish, hamburger steak with gravy. This is a really simple dish as long as you know what ingredients and how to do it, but it's a very flavorful dish and man, you're going to really love it. As always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Also, I'm on IG, Paw Paw's Fusion Kitchen. And in the description of this video will be the recipe. So let me go ahead and show you what we're going to be working with. Okay, so here's some of the ingredients that we're going to be working with. You know, salt and pepper. Right here I got a London broil. I'm going to actually grind my own meat up. I've been doing that lately. I might actually show you that part. I've done most of the prep work, so that way I don't have to bore you with that. But then you're going to need some Worcestershire sauce, some finely chopped garlic, some finely chopped onion, and then for the gravy, all of this stuff over here. You're gonna have to have that beef consomme. You're gonna need a half a cup of beef broth, another half an onion cut lengthwise, and then I like to put mushrooms in mine, but you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm also going to be using flour, which is not in the picture, and I'll go through that once we get to that point. So let's go ahead and jump into grinding the meat. All right, here we go, guys. Now that I got this meat, this lovely meat ground, we're gonna go ahead and put it in a bowl with all the rest of the ingredients, form these nice hamburger steak patties. And I'm gonna go fast forward through this part, but the recipe is in the description, as I said before. Then we'll move on to the griddle. So let's get this done. All right, so let's dump this in the bowl along with the other ingredients. We got the finely chopped onion that's going in there. Get all that out. Add 4 to 6 cloves of garlic, your choice. I don't think you could ever have enough garlic. Then you're gonna need this pack of Lipton beefy recipe. Man, this stuff works really good. Dump that in there. You're gonna need 1/4 cup water. Dump that in there, and then a tablespoon of milk. Now I'm not measuring, but I know about how much I need. And then you're gonna need some Worcestershire sauce, and I don't measure that either. I just dump it. It's roughly a tablespoon, but I don't ever think you can have enough Worcestershire sauce. And then I add some salt and pepper, and I put the measurements that I approximate in the description. Okay, then we're just gonna mix it up. Mix it up real well. All right, welcome back. So this is how your pan should look. You see how there's a bit of steam coming off of that, and it's bubbling. This is how you want it because that's going to help you get your crispiness on your hamburger steaks. So let's go ahead and throw these bad boys in. All right, welcome back. So I went ahead and flipped them over. What you're looking for, you want to see this crust on both sides. that crust is flavor. And then we're going to take these out once the other side's done. And then we'll start doing the mushrooms and the onions and the gravy. And then we're going to put these bad boys back inside that gravy and let it absorb all that goodness. So I'll bring you back once I get to that point. All right, so I just pulled them off, and you can see the crust that's on the outside of these. This is what you want. And now we're going to get ready to go ahead and saute the vegetables and make the gravy. All right, first we're going to go ahead and add the mushrooms. And we're going to cook those until they start to shrink up. They're going to soak up all that flavor in the pan. Now, if you have, you know, more than a tablespoon of oil in this pan, after you get done searing these hamburger steaks, remove some of it, maybe just until you have just a tablespoon of oil inside there. When you add the vegetables, it will start to help with the deglazing of the pan and soak up all those good bits of flavor, especially whenever I add the onions, because those things are full of water. That's why we're cooking these mushrooms first, and then we'll throw the onions in after that. All right, so it's been roughly about 5 minutes. As you can see, the mushrooms are a bit brown. They shrunk up a little bit. They kind of absorbed all the flavors in this pan, got rid of some of the water that was inside them. Now let's go ahead and add the onions. And we're just going to saute that until they're roughly like translucent. And they will, these onions will help deglaze the pan and actually bring more flavor to the gravy. Man, this is such an awesome dish, you guys. It's well worth your time. You got to give it a try. Old school comfort food is finest. All right, so this is what it looks like when your onions and mushrooms are to the point where we can now start making the gravy. So let's go ahead and make the gravy. All right, first we're going to add that teaspoon of flour, and we're going to cook that around for a minute before we add the liquid. All right, so let's go ahead now and add your beef consomme and your beef, half a cup of beef stock. And gotta add the good old Worcestershire sauce, about a tablespoon of that. I love Worcestershire sauce. You don't need to put any salt and pepper in there. You can afterwards if you want. We're gonna bring this to a quick boil, not like a rolling boil, but just till it's starting to bubble. Then we're gonna turn it down on low and add our beef steaks back inside here. And the beef steaks are gonna absorb this goodness, and it's gonna make them really crispy on the outside, but tender on the inside. All right, guys, so this is what it's going to look like. I like this kind of consistency. See how it's not too thick, not too thin. And I did add another teaspoon of flour, and I will add that to the recipe also. But now we're going to go ahead and add in our steaks. All right, so let's go ahead and add our steaks back in there. And you want to make sure that you also add all the juices in the bottom of the plate. And we're going to put a little bit of onions and mushrooms on top, and then spoon a little bit of the gravy on there. And then we're just going to let it simmer for about 10 more minutes. Just add like a little bit of that. Add a little bit of this. Now, that's nice. And we're just gonna let it simmer in this gravy for about 10 minutes, as I mentioned. And then I'll be ready to serve. Spoon some of this nice gravy all over it. And then we're gonna cover it up and just let it do its thing. Sometimes you just gotta let it do its thing, man. All right, so let's cover it up. Turn it on low and just let it sit in there for about 10 minutes. I'll bring you back once we're done. All right, guys, so we finished this awesome, amazing comfort food dish of deliciousness up. Now it's time to open up the pot and let's see what it looks like. It's gonna be awesome, I can tell you that much now. So let's do it. Look at that. Man, look at that awesomeness. Man, I can't wait to dig into this. It looks so good. I might maybe have to give you an aerial view. Hold on, I'll give you an aerial view. All right, guys, so that's it. This is all it takes to make a great hamburger steak. Although you didn't see it, but I love serving mine with mashed potatoes. I love mashed taters, man. So let me go ahead and I gave you an aerial view. Ah, look at that, guys. Man, you can make this for anybody and they will love it, man. They will love it. So let's dig in. Let's check it out. I already know it's gonna be good because I never give you terrible recipes. So, get a little bit of that hamburger steak and a little bit of that mashed potatoes. Look at that. Look at that. Guys, oh my God. Let's check it out. Man, guys, if you make this recipe, please tag me. Paw Paw's Fusion Kitchen. As I mentioned before, probably at least 3 or 4 times. The recipe's in the description of this video. All you gotta do is get the ingredients and make it. Man, it's so good, so flavorful. Man, look at that. Look at that, guys. Too bad you ain't got smell-o-vision. It's gonna make me do a happy dance. All right, so let me go ahead and wrap this thing up. I really appreciate your time. I hope you like this recipe from my house to yours. And until next time, cheers.